I got a large bag from Mama Earth on ends, like odds and ends of greens. Now, considering that the bunny, I think it was my fault and he had something like this might be around for a week. It was just delivered yesterday, and if it's a week, a little edge can be going bad, right? And if Bunny eats anything like that, it can pretty much kill them because it gives them a really bad tummy ache. Anyway, so in view of that, even though this was sent along for Bunny, Bunny's on a strict diet of distilled water, fresh hay, fresh clean hay. You should really be getting the salt lick. He has access to it, but they don't seem to pay attention. And these pellets that are Timothy hay, because he's about a year now. Oh, look at him. He's just exploring. Anyways, so this is just like, he can't have this. It's too much. He's got to eat his hay, drink his water, and he's got Timothy pellets, branches, because Bunny's teeth grow. So I am cleaning these up. I've got a recipe open for a mess of greens. I know it's not authentic because I don't have pork, but I'm gonna get a great big pan and do some, I also have these other things with bone marrow, but anyways, I have these bones. Like grass-fed cow bones. The best I can do to give it certain kind of flavor. And just do up these as a takeoff on a mess of greens, which will generally have at the end some vinegar and some hot sauce, something like that. Because I have a lot more greens. More and more greens, help us God. I should really be skipping a few deliveries, and I just forgot. Because nowadays, it's like we have all kinds of stuff, which actually I'll go and get some things to add to this. So I'm supposed to be doing something else, but this is super important that I do today while these are still fresh. Yeah, so I will add a bit of instruction so you can see what I'm doing. So that's the first rinse, and I'm still picking through it, and just like a little bit of it is kind of gone. Definitely this might have been something like what Bunny ate and got a terrible stomach ache. And this is like borderline, but this kind of stuff, like you can't have it in there. So I'm picking through it carefully. Things where the edges have gone bad, I'm either taking it off, or like that's the kind of thing that can make Bunny very sick. This is for us, but I mean the standard is still there, whatever that is. So I'm picking through, and I'm going to do probably 2 more washes. One of the recipes that I came across called for shallots, so I guess you can put shallots or onion in it. So 2 more for this, and then I'm going to, traditional recipes call for dandelions and bitters, greens and that, and these are, like a lot of these are, well, there's some bok choy, but there's lettuce, so, and kale. Yeah, that one's a kale, I think. So I'm going to get some bitters as well, and I'm going to look at the other fresh greens that I have in the fridge that are not from the bunny bag to see, like I have to gauge whether, can we eat it? Because I really don't like throwing anything out, and when I'm not feeling up to cooking, which has been quite a lot lately, or when we're gardening, when it's gardening season, yeah, we're eating fast food. So I don't really want to eat fast food because slow food is the new fast food. It can be fast. You do things in stages, and one thing flows into another. So the more you eat out, the more it breaks the flow of the next step, and you end up throwing it out. So it's not that hard. It's just a habit. Path number 2, finding more stuff that shouldn't be in there, right? That kind of stuff. And I'll do one more. Water bath number 3, and picking out a few more things. Okay, that should be it for these. Picked out a few more that should not go in. Alright. So I'm going to brown these bones for a bit of flavor. Oh, he sees he's not getting anything because he heard me rattle a bag. So this fat and maybe even little bits of browned meat will be part of the mouthfeel. And I have shallots, which is really good. As usual, I'm making a mess. Anyways, I'm just turning this every now and then while getting my laundry ready to do. So this is how I take a break, is do more work, but other kind of work. I washed my Tilly finally, and yeah, the whole thing about having the quail in the basement is an epic fail as far as dust goes. So everything, nothing is in place because we're in 10 stages of fixing this house, and everything is everywhere, and there's dust all over everything. So I feel completely overwhelmed. Look at this. Now I can vacuum on the floor, and I do. Where's my vacuum? Anyways, I need like 10 people or 15 to help me. But I did manage to wash this, and I've been putting it off, just so that I can pull together this little area and make it look nice. But these had to be get down into the basement in pieces. Like this whole thing does not fit down the trap door, so this part came like by itself in all the pieces, and it was assembled. So I gotta keep these good for as long as possible. So when this thing, bangs and goes off kilter, yeah, that is not good. So it's so hard to do big things. But it does say, where does it say? Heavy duty. So it is heavy duty. And Rick taught me a trick. So I caught him down here staying with something I was making, and I had it, usually you put them on both sides, and wasn't a normal clothes load. It was, what was it, mats or something, or I can't remember, but anyways, there was something big in it and it was going to the side and banging, and that's bad. So he showed me how he put it over the top, and I thought, oh God, that's brilliant. So after it rinsed, this great big thing here, then I was staying with it to see how it was going to be, and I did that trick. I put it over the top here, so it actually went through its cycle after washing with no mishap. So it's the spin that is, everybody knows that's the time when something could happen. So that's a little life hack that I learned late in life. So I've got the shallots now going, and I decided to do it in the slow cooker. Adding the greens a little at a time, and they wilt down and make room for some more. So I'm kind of in production cutting, and then I'm going to add some pinches of kosher salt and the hot sauce. This is my excuse me, kosher salt, and I really need a coffee, so I'm making a coffee. Yeah, I already boiled the water and forgot about it. Okay, so I got my coffee going, and I'm using copper water, distilled water. Everything's a mess. I should call this my messy kitchen. Anyways, Mexican hot sauce. I think it's pineapple. Yeah. So this is the last of the greens. I was gonna go outside and get more greens. I'm actually tired and I want to get this done. So just a rough chop, and then it's every time I'm stirring it in that, there's actually a huge amount in there, and it's wilting down. So I'm gonna put the last batch in. Then comes this stuff. Doctoring up my coffee. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep tonight. Things that the parasites like. Something that the parasite does not like. And anyways, expose the enemy. And let the enemy die, 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 as Christina Ziggy says. Haha. Okay, now that I have peppermint lips. Haha. Actually, I'm kind of tired because last night I was doing some self-imposed chemotherapy. Took some ivermectin. So anyways, and it's really kind of cool and cloudy today. So the next thing is the kosher salt. I hope that's 3 pinches. Actually, it'll be more because I'm roughly tripling the recipe, I guess. I shake this up, and this is not as hot as the other that I have. I have to check the recipe to see if I'm supposed to put in pepper flakes, because that would actually make it look good. So I'm going to check the recipe. The vinegar and stuff doesn't come into the last, I think. Let me check my recipe, and I'm going to transfer this into the slow cooker. Okay, so apparently I'm to add vinegar now and hot sauce and vinegar later as well. So it doesn't say on here that I'm supposed to shake this up. You know how there's like the mother on the bottom? I don't know. I'm just gonna leave her there and then put some in. Okay, this pan is bloody heavy and I had to use 2 hands, so I need my hands. Okay, and I got this on high. It looks kind of pretty, actually. Didn't call to add any more water. Seems kind of dry. Okay, so actually, I think I'll turn it on low. And then I'm going to check it and see if any of the water is coming out of the vegetables, so that there's more water in it, and then see if I'm supposed to add any. Now I am on to bigger and better things, because it's time to switch out the bunnies. Now for a break. I'm down in the basement again, and I'm trying to deal with this thing. So I have an idea. This is a nice, expensive, made in the old way wool blanket, but when I got my magnifier on it, I can see like worm parasites. Nano, like really microscopic stuff. And I like, oh geez. I tried different things. I washed it in cold stuff. I added Team Mule, whatever, borax. I put it dry in the dryer. And when nanos die, I guess they stop clinging and they go away. Or you can see them all curly, tightly curled. But they're just long and happy. So I'm going to try something else. Okay, here's my secret weapon. I hope it works. I'm assuming this skull and crossbones and explosion of fire thing. The flammable aspect, I'm going to say is if you put it like near flame or heat. So I'm not putting it in the dryer. However, I am going to put it in the washer because this thing was like $120 or whatever the heck it was, and I don't want it on my bed the way it is. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna try. Okay, I probably put in a third to a half a can. I don't care. I have to have them gone. So I put it on medium size. This is just one little blanket. It's not even full size blanket. And I'm leaving the lid open so that it soaks. Okay, and now I'm on to other things. I called Blue and he came running. I asked Eric if it was okay, you know, that I could switch it up. So wherever they are, they try to protect their area. So Eric is probably the instigator, but you know, they probably said hi and now they're ignoring each other, so that's actually a good bunny sign. Yay. Now it's time. It's a really cool day. That's okay. It's just the beginning of June. Look at my little corner garden, so pretty. Gotta bring in all this stuff here. It's garbage day. This is my garden's current display. Creeping thyme turned all fuchsia. And snow in summer. Clean water for the wild birds. And cleaning out the other one. Let's just see how... Actually, this is tilted and Rick's kind of busy, but I want him to level it. But anyways. Yep. And let's see who comes. Because I've seen a lot of different birds. Oh, maybe I'll top it up a bit. That's why I want it level. I can add more. Anyways, we have lots of visitors when there's clean water. And a drink for the quail. Good God. Sorry about that. Everybody okay? Thirsty. The boys held back and let the girls go first. That's nice. And now they're joining in. Everybody join in. Enough room for everybody. You guys okay? Huh? Not thirsty? Go and get a drink. Yeah, go get a drink. Oh, Fen, what a little gentleman. I didn't put anything in because I noticed it was like just a wee bit in the bottom. There's still some, but I don't know. I think it was dried and I just jostled a little more water in there. So I gave them about a little more than a gallon of distilled water. And I waited a bit too long. I didn't put anything in it because they were crowding around the door and I went, oh, that can only mean one thing. So they just started crowding around the door and that means they drank all their water. Usually I put something in it, a little pinch of boron, or borax I should say, with boron in it, and a little bit of magnesium, because Cutie now is doing much, much better. And she was lame, so I wasn't sure, so I wanted to give them a little bit more in their diet. Finn, gonna come and join? Good boy. What about you two? That's okay, we drank all the water before. Oh, alright, fine. Hey, I can see where they're hiding some eggs in there. Hiding, they're always trying to hide them from me. Help me, God. Not that they're usually incubating them themselves, but I suppose they could if they felt happy. But it's maximum number of... Oh, this feels warm. Huh, it feels warm. Maybe somebody just did it. So, yeah. They get along really well, all of them. There's Frankie. Get out of there, Tula. You're funny. Are you standing on the edge? Haha. I wanted him to eat up all the scratch, and then I don't know if it's today, but I want to get in there and sift the sand, just sift it out, and then add a bag of sand, fresh sand. Such is the life. So ending this video because it's 23 minutes long, and yeah, getting some more things done around here. I was pretty slowed down because of my eyes were bothering me a lot, but I found something that where they don't hurt and itch. Yay, calamine lotion. So yeah, it's kind of, I got a huge amount done because I wasn't completely irritated and annoyed by my eyes. I'm doing this whole purification, especially my eyes. So yeah, in the process. Signing off.